Duquesne University is one of our area's oldest and most respected institutions of higher education. Its mission has always been guided by the spirit and founders' principles of positively affecting the community, region, and the world that it serves. Now Duquesne is taking its mission one step further with the recent appointment of its first vice president for community engagement. He is William Generett, Jr., who comes to Duquesne with experience as the CEO of the Pittsburgh Central Keystone Innovation Zone, formed to help encourage the creation of new businesses in the city. That organization later became Urban Innovation 21. We welcome back Bill Generett Jr. to the Sunday Business Page to hear his thoughts on community engagement and the role that Duquesne University can play in making Pittsburgh an even better place to live and work.
Great.
Bill,
Thank you.
It's great to have you on the show. Nice to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
This is a brand new position
Yes,
at
it is.
Duquesne University. And it's, I assume it's the thought child of the new president,
Yes.
Ken Gormley, who is a friend of ours and a friend of this show's, has been on many times. What exactly, though, is your position? What is community engagement, and what is it that you hope to do?
Sure. So President Gormley has created a new strategic plan. It's still in draft form, but it'll be finalized toward the end of the year. And one of the key tenets of that strategic plan is really, building upon Duquesne's great legacy of working in the community. So community engagement is all about working to make this community a better place, and a better place for all. We've done a lot of great things. I'm born and raised here, so I remember when steel and manufacturing were king, and I remember the bust.
Right.
And I've seen the Renaissance, or at least a couple Renaissance happen. But we still have a lot of work to do, and Duquesne has been doing that work, but they're looking to really bolster those efforts.
I guess I'm still a little unclear on what that means. Is Duquesne University going to step out in a way that will make them more visible in community efforts? And by that we mean its surrounding community. Frankly, it's expanding. It's moving more into the Lower Hill District area, for example. Or does it mean just new relationships with other kinds of organizations in the community?
Means both. Both. Duquesne's already very engaged. Like you said, they're an anchor in the city and in the region, and they're doing a lot of work to make the community better. So an example is you've got 8,000 students that through student life and campus ministry provide about 250,000 hours of volunteer service.
Is that
to
right?
Make this community
oh,
better.
That's tremendous.
You have faculty and students that are working on projects that are mutually beneficial to the university, but also beneficial to the community at large. And so want to continue that, but also want to see how we can add value to some existing projects and some new projects. You have some exciting things happening in Uptown and in the Hill District. You have the Eco Innovation District, you have the BRT, and so Duquesne's really looking to take a bigger leadership role in projects like that.
I think that all of that is good because Duquesne is certainly an important partner, I think, for anybody in this community to work with. Bill, let us understand a little more about your background. I know a little bit about you, but let's share with our audience some of the things you've been involved with, including your most recent position, which has been really doing some exciting things. Definitely.
So I lead a public-private partnership, and that's several colleges and universities, the city, the county, several large nonprofit organizations, all with the goal of expanding our region's new economy so that it benefits more people and more people incorporated into that. And been doing that for 10 years, and so a lot of our work focuses around helping entrepreneurs, helping students get internships, students that otherwise probably wouldn't get those internships. And
do you see the role of the university increasing in these kinds of efforts, the role of Duquesne University?
Definitely.
I mean, is that part of why you're making this this transfer over to the university academic setting?
Definitely. I think one of the things that is exciting is that Duquesne University has been around for about 140 years.
Right.
And because of their spirited mission, they've always done and been involved in the community. And this provides the opportunity to do even more.
Well, I guess I meant more in terms of economic development. We think of Pitt and CMU as kind of the leaders when it comes to universities in the regional economic growth. And I'm just wondering if by tapping you and your expertise, is Ken Gormley saying, well, hey, there's another player in town.
100%. 100%. And a player
Duquesne
that's
University is going to get involved in economic development efforts and energizing and supporting new entrepreneurs and new ideas.
Definitely, definitely. And Duquesne has always been involved in this. I think
we just haven't heard much about it.
Exactly,
Yeah, right.
exactly. And so we're going to continue that involvement, but also bolster it in some really creative and new ways, and work with and partner with Pitt, CMU, and some of the other educational institutions that are helping to revitalize this.
Well, we're really delighted to have you on the show, and congratulations again on this position.
I really appreciate
Good luck to you. I know you're just starting September 1st, so we'll have you come back maybe a year from now to tell us all the things that you've been involved in, and we appreciate it very much, Bill. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Again.
Really appreciate it.
Good to see you. We'll be back with more of the Sunday Business Page in just a few moments.